former candidate for vice president, Governor of Alaska, Sarah Palin. What a pleasure to have you calling in here.
Oh, thank you so much. It's my pleasure. We got to stop and fuel up right off of I-91, and a couple of folks said, you need to call into this local radio station.
See, it was so funny. We knew you were in Cromwell. We started getting tweets and text messages that you stopped in Cromwell, and we said on the air, somebody get to her and give her a number, ask her to call in. So we're thrilled that you called in. So tell us, what's going on with this tour that you're doing?
We are highlighting the historical sites, especially on the East Coast this week, making sure that people are understanding how important it is to learn our history, because I anticipate some pretty heady days ahead in America, and the only way we're going to plow through the challenges and create a more perfect union and remain an exceptional country, the exceptional country, is to learn a lot about our past so that we can move forward very successfully.
So I know you haven't made any kind of commitment in terms of your political future, but certainly you must be thinking about a potential run. Is that correct?
I'm thinking about it, and I'm looking at the lay of the land. I have the goal of, obviously, as hopefully the majority of Americans do, being we have got to make sure that this economy is put on the right track and that we are respecting and protecting our Constitution and our freedoms in America. And I believe that the only way that we're going to be able to do that is to oust this administration, replace President Obama.
Amen.
So I want to make sure that we have a candidate in there who can do that. And I'm either going to support that candidate that I believe in, or I would make a run for it myself.
Well, you know, here at State and Church, we say that pretty much anybody that runs against the president, we will be voting for. But we sure hope it's a great candidate. Are you surprised at all? I have been over the years that more women's groups haven't come out in support of you, particularly with the really bad treatment that you've received from not only the entertainment world, some in the entertainment world, but as media as well. Where's all the women's groups when you need them?
Oh, you know, I've kind of lost faith in a lot of the so-called feminist groups, women's rights and empowering women groups out there. I think there's a lot of hypocrisy, because unless you are a left-wing liberal, too many of them absolutely dismiss you and try to invalidate you and discredit you, because positions that perhaps you would hold are so traditional that for some reason they offend some of these women groups. So those type of women's groups really do a disservice to women. You know, I'm totally pro-family, I'm pro-America, I'm pro-get out there and work.
There's a lot to hate there.
Yeah, and for some reason that's considered radical, and some of these gals just don't like it. But you know, I'm going to keep on keeping on, and I'm doing all that I can to protect family and protect jobs and allow private sector to create more jobs for Americans and get the economy back on the right track. And again, as I say, do all that I can to allow America to remain the exceptional nation.
I know you've got to get going, but I do want to say, and we talked off mic for a second, that you know, we have a son with special needs, as do you, and they share the same special need condition. But thank you so much for really fighting for families with children with special needs, and whatever you end up, whatever office you end up, whatever endeavor you take on, please continue to fight that fight for us.
You know, I certainly will, and I am so thankful, as I'm sure you are too, that God has gifted us with these perfect children,
yes,
reminders that every life is so precious and deserves to be in a circle of protection. And, hey, it's great talking to you. Connecticut is beautiful. The only thing that I regret is that I wasn't able to get here during basketball season, because those UConn teams are amazing.
Yeah.
And UConn women's basketball, you guys housed for years a gal from our hometown, Jessica Moore. We're very proud of her, and all the UConn great basketball that you guys produced.
Well, good. Thank you so much. Governor Sarah Palin, thank you so much for calling in. God bless you. We appreciate it.
Thanks. God bless you. Bye-bye.